Macedonia in English. Just about everything you want to know.
Foreign Minister Popovski takes part in ministerial meeting in Brussels. On the invitation of the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Catherine Ashton, FM Nikola Popovski took part in the annual traditional meeting of FMs of EU member states and candidate countries, held in Brussels. Minister Popovski voiced Macedonia's support for the international community's vision for a political solution to the Syria crisis and welcomed the calls for holding an international peace conference in Syria. He also informed about Macedonia's participation in the Friends of the Syrian People International Working Group. EU delegation had voiced his optimism over June Council meeting. During his visit to Štip, the head of the EU delegation to Macedonia, Ambassador Ivo Orav, voiced optimism about the upcoming meeting of the Council of the European Union, at which it will be reviewed whether Macedonia will be given a date to start negotiations. In the EU, we are not speaking about blockades and vetoes. We are speaking about consensus. Reaching consensus is important for every country. We have 1 month to go until the June Council meeting, and I think many things can be done before this date. I really hope that consensus will be reached at the end of June, which will be satisfactory for your country and the 27 EU member states, Orav stressed. Albanian president not to take part in SEECP summit in Ohrid. Albania's president Bujar Nishani will not take part in the summit of the heads of state and government of Southeast European cooperation process participating states, which will be held on the 1st and the 2nd of June in Ohrid. This decision is a result of the fact that Kosovo President Atifete Jahjaga was not invited to take part in the summit, which is in contradiction with the spirit of the cooperation and dialogue which reigns in the region and which facilitates the achievement of the common goal, European integration. The decision to leave Kosovo out of the summit is a result of the pressure by Serbia, which is in contradiction with the signed agreements between Kosovo and Serbia, and more specifically there is a violation of Article 14 of the Tači-Dačić Agreement signed in Brussels on the 19th of April 2013, Nishani's cabinet said in a press release. Government reshuffle. Spiro Risovski nominated as new education minister. Prime Minister Nikola Gruevski has submitted to Parliament a proposal that Spiro Risovski, who has so far served as Minister of Labour and Social Policy, be the new Minister of Education and Science. Panče Kraljev, who has so far served as Education Minister, will be an education advisor in PM Gruevski's cabinet. He said in his resignation statement that he is not able to fully and devotedly implement the projects planned for the next period because of personal and family reasons. Dimas Pasov, the current director of the Skopje Cadastre, who served as Ministry of Justice State Secretary and director of the Youth and Sports Agency, has been nominated as Minister of Labour and Social Policy. Jerry Naumov has been nominated as new minister without portfolio, and he will be in charge of attracting foreign investments. Process for SEECP Parliamentary Assembly setup starts. The process to set up a Parliamentary Assembly of the Southeast Cooperation Process has begun. The documents were adopted by consensus at the 10th Conference of the SEECP Presidents of Parliament in Ohrid. The headquarters of the Secretariat and the Assembly's budget will be defined during Romania's chairmanship in Bucharest, when the inaugural session is expected to be held as well. Following 3-year-long activities and 10 meetings, the working group, in an open and constructive atmosphere with the implementation of the consensus principle, has managed to adjust several documents which are the basis to constitute the new regional parliamentary body, Parliament Speaker Trajko Veljanovski stated. Explosive device thrown in Avtokomanda settlement causes material damage. An explosive device thrown in the Avtokomanda settlement has damaged 2 vehicles. According to police information, the hand grenade was thrown at around 1 a.m. near Vambel Street. In the explosion, vehicle type Golf, owned by Skopje citizen NM, accused of battering a key witness in the detonator case, and vehicle type Renault, owned by Ohrid woman, which was parked next to the Golf, had been damaged. There are no casualties or injured. The police investigate the case and try to locate the motives and perpetrators of this act. Hungary interested to support its company's investments in Macedonia. A Hungarian state company scheduled a meeting with ADE Mepso to define the details for its participation in the construction of Elbasan-Bitola transmission line. This information was revealed at a meeting between the Macedonian and the Hungarian delegations attended by Minister of Economy Valon Saracini and Hungary's State Secretary for Foreign Affairs and External Economic Relations and co-chair of the Hungarian-Macedonian Joint Economic Committee, Peter Siarto. We agreed the Hungarian party to open a tourism office in Skopje where our tour operators would work on attracting Hungarian tourists, said Minister Saracini.